Hey guys, and welcome to this episode of I Could Totally Get Into That. I'm James.
And I'm Ben. Hey James, knock knock.
Who's there?
Doctor.
Doctor Who.
What? Hey guys, that's right, this episode is Doctor Who. Now, I love Doctor Who.
I'm a fan, but I wouldn't say I could give you any information that would actually help.
So we need some help to get you guys into Doctor Who, which is a show that you really do need to get into if you like things that are good.
Hey guys, I'm Luke, all-round Doctor Who expert, nerd, fan, person who likes things that are good.
So glad to have you here, Luke. Tell us more about the Doctor.
Cool, so Doctor Who is a science fiction show about time travel and about the Doctor who travels in time and space, but tell me, what do you want to know?
Okay, let's break it down. Who is who?
Who is the Doctor? Well, that's the main question of the show, Doctor Who. Well, we now know he's a Time Lord of the planet Gallifrey, and he's about 900 years old, and he's just exploring the universe, so that's what the show's all about, really.
The show has been around for a while, right? So what's the history behind the show?
Yeah, the show's been around for 50 years as of this year. It started off a long time ago to fill a little Saturday night slot on BBC One to be an educational show, and it turned into a science fiction show, and now it's turned to this massive family Saturday night entertainment show.
50 years? This guy must be getting really, really old.
Yeah, it's gone on for 50 years, so for a show to do that, to go on for that long, you need a way of reinventing the show. So the Doctor has lives, and he can change, he can die, and as a result, the actors recast. So now, in 2013, we're on the 11th Doctor, Matt Smith. We've had 11 actors play the Doctor.
So he travels the universe. How?
Cool, so he travels in something called the TARDIS, Time Relative Dimensions in Space, and it looks like an old London police box, because the very first story was set in 1963 London, where the TARDIS is meant to blend in with its surroundings, and it basically got stuck, and it's looked like that ever since.
Awesome, so now we know that he's an alien traveling through time and space in a TARDIS. That's been around for about 50 years, so he's got to know, like, at least 3 people, right?
Maybe even 4.
Yeah, well, the Doctor has lots of friends. Actually, a lot more than 4, a lot more than 10, a lot more than 20. I've lost count, actually. It used to be called assistants, but in the modern world now we like to call them companions. So some of these companions can be robots from the future, they can be modern day people, they can be people from Victorian era, they can be all sorts of people.
So lots of companions, that means everyone loves him, right?
Whoa, hold up. Okay, so the Doctor has a tendency to make quite a lot of enemies in the universe. As he's gone on, he has a tendency to save the world, save universes, and as he's gone on, one of the most popular villains he's met is something called the Daleks. Daleks are little mutant creatures which are inside, they live in there, and these are they're radiation shells that keeps them safe, and they're basically robot Nazis.
Robot Nazis? Those are my 2 worst fears come to life.
I hope that's the only bad guys, or are there more?
Yeah, so there are plenty more. There's the Cybermen, the Master, the Zygons, the Sea Devils, the Silurians, the Autons, everything. Every corner of the universe, there's some sort of evil force that the Doctor's yet to meet.
Where would you recommend getting started or getting into it?
Well, for me, I'm quite an old school Doctor Who fan, so I'd suggest starting at the very beginning. I think just watching the very first episode of Unearthly Child is a great point. You can see what Doctor Who used to be like, and then jump all the way forward. You know, you can skip out the 70s and 80s and go to modern Doctor Who. Go to something with David Tennant. I'd suggest something like The Christmas Invasion. David Tennant's very first episode.
And I just gotta say right now that you gotta mention Blink, you gotta mention Silence in the Library. There's so many good episodes.
Yes, well, I mean, there are a lot of episodes where you can jump on. So the best thing about Doctor Who is because the Doctor just goes somewhere and then a story happens, you can jump on at any point. So yeah, there are some really great striking episodes from modern day Doctor Who, like Blink, which is amazing, about stone statues that come to life when you're not looking at them. Silence in the Library, where the books are alive. But then there's also the really old episodes, which are great. So check out Genesis of the Daleks, which is the beginning of the Daleks. Check out The Cases of Androzani, the last ever Peter Davison Doctor Who story, which is amazing. You see the Doctor put through the worst things he's ever been put through. And then also check out The 5 Doctors, which is great. A story where you actually see all the Doctors meet.
Awesome, Luke, that was great. We're gonna throw those episodes and titles and all where you can find them down in the doobly-doo below.
So 11 Doctors over 50 years. Who's your favourite?
That's the one question that I can't answer.
Okay, alright, sorry. Let's step back then. What's your favourite thing about Doctor Who?
For me, and because I grew up as a kid watching it, it's the TARDIS. The TARDIS is the coolest thing ever. It's big on the inside, it's a spaceship, and it can take you anywhere. If I could just have a TARDIS, that would be the coolest thing ever. Probably not something I should say out loud, but I've said it now.
So, that was I Could Totally Get Into That, Doctor Who edition, with me, Ben.
Me, James.
And me, Luke.
So please, follow us on Twitter, or like our Facebook group, if you want to get more information about what we do.
Also, hit subscribe down in the doobly-doo to us, and also there'll be a link to Luke's page. What's your page, Luke?
youtube.com/The Beginner's Guide to Doctor Who.
That'll be down in the doobly-doo for you to subscribe to as well, because it's awesome!
We're gonna have a jam-packed doobly-doo. Credits! Beep, bop, boop, beep, beep, beep.
Woo!